Alright, what's up guys? So, I got a video request from Daniel Rohai, and he wants me to talk about the world will make you angry and then tell you not to be angry. Yeah, I agree. You're angry at the world, that the world doesn't care about you. There's people out there that want to see your downfall everywhere you go. The cost of living is outrageous. You can't afford anything. And like you're born with these certain genetics and all of a sudden people treat you a certain way when you didn't do nothing wrong and all you could do is complain about it. It's just annoying when the world tells you that you can't be angry at the world. You're here. You gotta be grateful for what you have. And they'll gaslight you a lot more, and they'll say it's all in your head. You're overreacting, and they'll say things like, you gotta work harder. Stop complaining. You're lazy. That's what the world says to you, and you never asked for all this unnecessary suffering and pain that makes you angry, you know? And that's the first thing that someone should do is to get angry at something and complain, and so they can address what the issue is and see if it's something that they're willing and capable of changing, or if they can't do it, then they gotta accept it or something, and they gotta all they can do is complain about it because it affects their life. It makes them struggle, you know? Right? And then there's just certain things that you can't change because there's world problems out there that are just impossible to change for one person to do, and that's all you can do is just talk about it, you know? And the world just says, no, you can't be angry about it. Like, you're not allowed to be angry about all the world problems out there, like the wars, or people getting murdered, raped, or pedophiles out there, or people being lost when they're out of school, or like the economy, or say being angry that there's abusive parents out there. Like, whatever you guys could think of, like, I can go on and on with this. It's just the world will just tell you, oh, you're not allowed to be angry. That's entitlement. That's self-absorbed, you know. When the thing is, you never asked to be born. You never asked to experience this life or try to contribute and participate in this society just to keep this human race going, you know. You never asked to do any of those things. Just two people in the bedroom doing their thing for 10 minutes, and all of a sudden you're here, and you're born with these certain genetics, and they either help you or they don't, or you're born with these certain parents that are supportive or unsupportive, or you're born in this environment that's good or bad, or whatever it is, right? And a lot of times it's random, like how things happen to you, and it's a lot of things can be determined in your life, you know? There's no free will in this. The thing is that can make you angry. Like, you have the reason to be upset about things that make you feel like garbage, you know? Like, if your mental health feels like garbage, you're allowed to be angry about it. If you get treated like garbage at work, there's coworkers that put you down and all that, you're allowed to be angry at that. You work at a place and they didn't give you a raise for a certain amount of time and they promised you that, and you reach those years, then you're allowed to be angry about it, you know? You're entitled to be angry about things that that make your life struggle, and that you do try to put in the effort, and it doesn't do anything, you know? And all you have to do is accept it. All you can do is be angry and complain. Let me see what else you said. Yeah, the world, it just tells you how brutal the world is. They say humans are empathetic and all that, when really, when you're angry, you're upset about something, and it's affecting others' lives too, then it just shows you that the world doesn't care. The world just tells you to shut up and put your head down and keep going, keep pushing, you know. They just tell you that this life is beautiful and stay positive and be optimistic about life and have a purpose, you know. It's not easy for those things to happen, you know. People will say those things when you're upset and they don't want to put in the effort to try to understand why you're upset or why you're angry and see if there is solutions to the problem or if there isn't, and you try to find ways to figure out how to cope and how to distract yourself from something that you can't change, you know what I mean? It's something else. Like there's so many things to be angry about in this world. There's so many people being born and they were not meant to be born because it was an accidental pregnancy, right? And now they're here and their parents didn't really want their kids and now they're affected in this life, you know? And then there's just kids that are born and never even saw their biological parents. They are sent to like an orphanage. They're sent to an adoption home. They're, you know, it's something else. And then why can't those people be angry, you know? They have the right to be angry. It's not right for them. What about those kids that are sent to group homes when they're adults and their parents don't want to take care of them, or they need to prepare financially to take care of a kid like that? And now these kids are in group homes and are being abused by the staff. Now they're getting sent to shared living homes, and all these people that run these shared living homes are all about profits. They're not even caring about the well-being of the person in those shared living homes, you know? They have the right to be angry if their living situation isn't right, you know? There's nothing wrong with being angry about something that makes you unhappy. It makes you feel like garbage, you know? That's like me right now. I'm pretty angry that I was homeless this year. And I moved somewhere. It did make me happy, but now I'm upset that I'm not liking it. I'm regretting it a little bit, even though there's good things about it here. You know, at least I guess there's certain things that you could put in action for, try to make it happen, you know, if it's possible, right? But some things, like I said, you can't. And it's like you have to accept it, and it's like it sucks, you know. When someone puts you down, someone's a hater, someone's try to be gaslighting you and stuff like that, you have the right to be angry at that person, you know? The world says, oh, don't be angry, you know? You have the right to be angry at things that, like, mess with you, you know? Don't let other people tell you you can't. It's just, it's like you're angry at something, right? And it feels like it's not valid. It's not valid to be angry about this, you know? Like, there's so many, like, now I'm just, like, rambling now. Like, there's things I'm, like, angry about, like, I can't even put in the action for other people, right? Like, in third world countries, like, how there's people starving and they're not getting the right education and the politicians are taking all their money, right? They're not building infrastructure and stuff. Like, all I can do is be angry about it. And what about the stuff that's happened in the UK, where the migrants are coming in and there's ones that are illegal and they have a criminal record and they're getting with little girls or something, or little kids, I mean. Ain't right. And then there's a knife problem there, and that never ends. And then you have, like, this identity politics over there. That's all I can do is complain about. I live in the U.S. I can't do nothing about it over there. All I can do is address the problem and be angry about it. I'd be angry about the abusive parents, the really bad teachers out there that don't help the kids get through the real world. Neglectful parents I'm angry about. like angry at how people go to work and they deal with these toxic coworkers and bosses out there. Um, like all this like discrimination with race, sexuality, and gender. Like it's it's just angry. All you can do is get angry. There's so many people who are just bad people, you know. And the world tells you not to be angry. Just it's like you're going insane, right? When you know there's problems out there that are affecting others, and the world just doesn't seem to care. They're like the world's a big bystander. It just sits there and watches. It's like sadistic in a way. The world, like society, they see you and they they laugh at you. They criticize you. They act condescending with you when you're at your worst state. You know. Um, yeah, I mean, you have the right to be angry about this world. The world tells you not to. It's just like it's something else, you know. Why would someone bring a kid in this world and the world doesn't care about them really? You know. I'll never get that. I'll catch you guys later.